Hello and welcome to the show. It's me, your favorite person. And we are in the new patch today. We got 12.0, which is great. It's not like I had like 20 videos recorded for the previous patch, but that's okay. And I've done a quick read of some of these things. Most of this stuff is just general stuff, nothing too relevant. I think, was it, you can now skip videos, and I don't know what that means. So videos can now be skipped by any keyboard input. I think that might be like animations and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure. And then a few quality of life stuff here as well. Was there anything particularly relevant? There's some like nitty gritty stuff about like particular interactions with Obsidian, and also some skill changes. So now, if you're not playing Jules and you get a item that requires a heated or chilled slot, you can now actually get that at level up, and you can get a maximum of one of each, which is actually really nice change. Because before you had to rely solely on going to Jules Cafe, and that's not something you can rely on, and is also doesn't feel great to spend a whole action on an item that might actually not end up on your board in the final days. So I think all pretty good changes. They also reduced the burn decay by 3%. I think it was 4% before. So I think that's interesting. I didn't feel that burn was particularly weak, to be honest. I felt like the percentage based decay was actually a really good change. But I don't know. And we have some new encounters. I'm not going to really read over all of this stuff because I'm going to discover this as I go through. I kind of like discovering the encounters as I enter them. Some changes here. Expeditions now consume the ticket upon entering. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so you get 6 less gold now every time you go from it. Okay. I guess you can't sell it anymore. Because you used to be able to sell it before you enter. Like the little event will come up and then you can sell it before you even click on the events. So, okay, eating contest starts at gold tier. Was bronze tier. So do the chocolate bars start at gold? Is that what it's saying? I don't understand what that means. Okay. Jules Cafe no longer offers heated or chilled slot items. Okay, and this part of the level up. Tinker can now spawn for Vanessa. Tinker, I forget who. Tester is the tech one. Yeah, I don't know who Tinker is. All right. And then we have Atomic Clock. Gains the tool type. All right. First Aiden looks like buffed heal. Yep. Just only on the first version has been reduced heal. Okay. All right. Sure. So it's 2 down, but it gains up. Yeah, it makes up for it eventually. Okay, Flintstones. Oh, redesigned. Okay. Starts at bronze, cooldown 6 seconds, burn 4, 6, 8, 10. When you use another relic or tool, charges 1 second. That seems 6 seconds. When you use another tool, charge it. What is that good with? I can't really think of any fast activating tools. I feel like that's a worse version of Flintstones. Maybe it has some stuff with like Power Drill or something like that, but you don't really want to be charging other items with Power Drill. You want your other items to charge Power Drill. Okay. Forklift has 125/250 damage for each unique item. Oh, okay, that's much better tag. It was also because it used to just be a bunch of like random ones, and then you had to work out what ones you actually had and count them out. It was actually really tedious to the point where when I was recording, I just didn't even check because like I didn't want to spend time wasting time just like looking and counting all the ones through. Hydraulic press at the end of each fight, permanently destroy the item to the left of this. Gain some gold. Okay, and this gains the items types. Was at the end of each fight. Okay, so at the end of each fight, it still destroy the item to the left, and it works in stash as well, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so that's just an upgrade. Cool. There's now a weird econ item. So it's what, it starts off as like 12 gold. So, and then you can sell it for 6. So I guess you have to destroy 3 items at silver for it to be good. Yeah, the gold is probably not going to be super relevant, to be honest. Kinetic cannon, correct an issue, will not charge itself if gain the core tag. Okay, it didn't even know that happens. Propeller hat, redesigned. Gains the weapon type, interesting. Cooldown 4 seconds, deal 10, 20, and 30 damage, so starts at silver. And when you use a core, an item starts flying. Wow, okay. When you use a flying item, haste for 1, 2, 3 seconds. Interesting. So it scales both damage and haste. Okay. Interesting. And I guess once the core... Yeah, so the core can give itself flying as well. That seems like a massive improvement. Yeah, that seems like it's now a playable item. Because one of the issues with the fly core was you kind of didn't really care about flying. You just cared about friends, because that was the only consistent thing you could do. Because there was only like 3 or 4 items that actually made your items fly, and 2 of them weren't even good. So, okay, this is a nice change. All right, I feel like that is going to be a solid item now. Jewels, I don't really play jewels. Yeah, I'll read her anyway. Apron, shield to 40 was 20. Okay, some better scaling. As not scaling, like base shield. As it can skewer. Okay, buffed by 1 burn. Okay, increased the shield. Oh, baskets food required has gone down. Okay. Only 30 for the final quest. Okay, that's really easy to do. Nearly, yeah, that's really good. All right, now basket seems like it was already in a good place, and now it's even better. Corkscrew starts at gold. That makes a lot of sense. The effect at silver felt very strong. Decanter starts at silver. Charge a food item for 2 to 3, 4 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I guess at bronze, you just never take it. It was one of those items that was just so bad at bronze, but then it had circumstantial value in the later tiers. Dragon Stake, cooldown 7.5 was 8.6, okay, and burn 10. All right, that's a pretty significant upgrade, especially the 5 seconds. Weird to go from a 7-second cooldown to a 5 one, but 5 seconds is really fast. I'm pretty sure that one burns equal to your crit. Yeah, it is. I actually have not had that item in play, so that's good, because it never felt strong. Okay, Fruit Press, damage gain from food use to 10, 15, 20. I mean, you weren't really using it for that effect, but that's a nice welcome change. Giant Sub, cooldown 8 to 6 seconds. When you use a tool, charge this 2 seconds. Okay, so kind of a buff. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is a direct buff or not. Heated burn equal to this item's regen. Was heated burn equal to the highest burn food? Okay, that's way better. You didn't have space to have like a high shield, high regen, and high burn item when you had Giant Sub in play, which was just like, you just didn't have enough space. It's kind of like some of the Dualatron builds, where it's just like you can't actually fit all the stuff in play. You hit kind of like 1 or 2 spaces over. So I think that's a good change. So I think this is, yeah, this item is probably a lot more playable now. MU was burn 4, 6, or 8. And when you slow, burn 4, 6, 8. Really? I did not see this item getting buffed. I thought this item was, like, it was very fringe, and it didn't see much play because of it. But whenever you find some slow synergies, this item felt very strong. I feel like this item's gonna be very good now. Like, it was already good. Maybe I'm misevaluating this, but I don't know. 4 burn every time you slow is quite a lot. All right, Meat Tenderizer at gold. Cooldown 4 to 3 seconds was 5. Okay, interesting. Damage is 10-20. All right, reduce the cooldown by 10% for the fight. And it stays at 10%. Okay, and it's still adjacent, and it's still, not a single use. Interesting. Yeah, Meat Tenderizer at silver did feel very strong. Same with Corkscrew. I kind of grouped those 2 items together, to be honest. Yeah, that seems like a good change, but 4 seconds feels very fast. Same with 3 seconds. 3 seconds seems very fast for a 10% cooldown. Yeah. I'm not sure, man. That feels very good. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Mousetrap. Gain the trap type. Oh, interesting. So that's the new hero. What's his name again? Into the Hunter. Gameplay. Karnok. Karnok? Karnok. Okay. So Karnok has some traps. He's like a hunter werewolf kind of guy. I guess werecat. A little bit less intimidating than werewolf. Okay, Saffron starts at gold, shield 25, 50. Spice rack, crit scaling 5, 10, 15, was 10, 15, 20. Okay. When you crit with an adjacent item, you burn Your burn items gain 5, 10, and 15 burn for the fight. Very interesting. Okay. What crit burn items are there? I guess there's the giant sub and then dragon stake. Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay. I guess that's interesting. I think the charge would have been yeah, this is just a completely different item now. Interesting. I guess the spice part makes more sense for it to be related to burn than crit or charge. So I guess that makes sense thematically. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out in actuality because burn scaling with crit, like critting with burn is already super strong and scary. The fact that you can add more burn as you do it is already like a lot. So I feel like Spice Rack might be pretty good now. I'm not sure if it's better or worse because you can do some really cool things with Spice Rack before. Trail Mix, okay, 10 and 20. I feel like that was a really good change. Trail Mix was way more effort than it was worth. Like, it was so much effort to get a very okay small item on board. So I think that's a very good one. Zarlik, burn 2, haste 1, 2, 3, food for 2 seconds. Oh, haste 1, food for 2 seconds. Okay, so the amount of things change. Oh no, it's just the amounts here. All right, cool. Mac and Thor starts at silver tier. Okay, so back to silver. It was at silver originally, I'm pretty sure. May have even, I think day 1 it was at bronze, and it was completely broken on day 1. I don't remember. I didn't actually play Mac on day 1, sadly. I was too poor at the time. So he's back to silver. When you use a potion, burn, and it starts off at 8, and they've also buffed the burn on the later stages. But at diamond, it's slightly lower. Okay. I guess it's just so it's more multiplied by 8. Okay, that makes sense. The start of each day, upgrade a lower tier potion and get a catalyst. Okay, so it turns into the cellar door effect as well. I wonder if they've changed cellar. Oh, yep, there it is. No longer upgrade its potions. And oh, it starts at bronze. Okay, so now it's just a more reliable catalyst generator. I like that. And 2, 4, 8. Okay, so on gold it generates 2 less regen, which does not matter at all. You don't really want this on play if you have gold items on board. Black Rose regen to 2 was 1. Wait. Sorry, that's just like it's a 6-second cooldown item. I know it's like doubling it, but like that is like the most minute change. What is that like? That's 1 divided by 6, so like a 15% base increase of regen, which sounds like a lot until you realize it's only 1. Like it's like 0.15% more regen per second. That's amazing. I love that. Black Rose is going to be bad still. Believe it or not, 2 is not enough. Floor Spikes gains the trap type. Okay, cool. I guess it's actually getting these extra types will be really nice for like Cauldron and Acid. So yeah, I think more types is actually really good, as well as with a Hydraulic Press from Dooley as well. All the type-based items are going to be loving that. So Floor Spikes, cooldown 9876. Okay, so it's back to the original, not original, but it's back to how it was before with the cooldown reduction per upgrades. Okay, base damage, okay, just a flat 20, and poison flat 2. Yeah, I mean, you didn't really care. Like 40 damage at diamond wasn't impactful. Like you probably didn't want to spend, what was it, 8 gold for 10 damage? Like that's way too much. And same with one extra poison. So this is not that important, but this is quite important. In saying that, the item has become significantly worse at bronze and silver, and it was already really bad at bronze and silver. So I don't know. I feel like even though this is a buff in the later game, you weren't using the late game, at least in my experience. Okay, Potion can transform into a potion from any hero. All right, so that means Kraknor, or whatever his name is going to have some potion items, I assume, because no one else has potions. Recycling bin, same thing, all right? Show Globe starts at bronze. Burn to 6 was 4. Gain 6 regen for the fight was 4. when you use a potion, gain 3, 6, 9, 12 burn, and regen for the fights was for 8, 12. Okay, so the top end is about the same, but the bottom end is a little bit higher. Starting at bronze actually mean that that item might be playable. Potions in the early game don't deal enough damage to actually kill your opponent. And the only reliable potion build, to my knowledge, apart from some like fringe Anthanor builds, was a recycling bin plus vial launcher. And vial launcher used to be at silver, and then you can get those two items consistently together, and that was actually a very strong board, especially if you could get them from like a medium enchanted regent. Then they become like a really, really killer board. But ever since they made vial launcher to gold, the potions just didn't feel like it was viable. So I feel like this is a good change. I don't think this is going to actually make potions any more viable. Anthanor might. Like the fact that you can get this item when you like pretty early is really, really nice. So I think this is probably a really nice change for potions. This is also kind of just like a nice quality of life one. So you actually have enough damage early on to kill your opponents, because before you did not. You could not rely on potions solely. All right, Tome of Yanaha. It's the first time I've ever said that word out loud in my life, and it went, yeah, that went as well as I thought. Okay, where shiny was not working properly. Okay, I don't even realize. Pygmalion no longer starts with additional 50 max HP. Interesting. Oh, one of the other things was I think the levels up until level 8, you gain an extra 5 HP, 50 HP per level. Where was it? Yeah, no. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so it's slightly more max HP for the first 50. So we're going to have a little bit more max health in the early game. And Pig is not going to have that additional 50 max HP, which I don't think is going to be massively relevant. I kind of liked it thematically that he had more health, because it felt kind of weird whenever Pig went versus Mac and Mac had more health. Like, that always felt off. But maybe it's a balance reason. I don't know. Pig was pretty strong last patch. Beehive now gives a bee when you buy it and at the start of each day. Ooh, now charges all drones. Cool. Now buffs all small drones. Cool. Okay. Beehive was like stone unplayable. Literally, I've never had it on board. I literally have never had it on my board at all, at any point in the game. Getting a bee at the start of each day actually sounds really sick. I really hope Beehive is good in the future, because those, I just like more scalable items on Pig. Okay, Booby Trap reworked. Gains the trap type, nice. The first time an enemy uses an item each fight, freeze it, and 2, 3, 4 other items for 2 seconds. Okay, so no cooldown. Interesting. So first time you use an item, you freeze that item and some other items. Okay. For 2 seconds is a long time. Booby Trap wasn't really seeing play. It was kind of a little bit clunky. And Cold Room was kind of did the same thing, but better. So I feel like it is a very situational item. I guess, like, if you had Yetarian Club, what was it, 10-second charge 2, you get 6 seconds worth of free activations from Yetarian Club. I guess that's pretty solid. Normally freeze builds, you don't want bursts, though. You kind of want, like, consistent freeze. So this is weird. I don't know how to evaluate this item. I think it could very nichely be good, but I'm not confident. Business card starts at bronze. Why? Why? Okay, but the values have been downshifted a bit. No, they've been buffed. Why? Business card was already it already felt too much gold. Same with rewards card. Okay. I guess a Pig is going to get even more gold for free, because so at bronze it's going to take 1 shop to gain value. So this is just now an auto buy if you have the space. Okay, which it kind of already was, but now it's absolutely is. It's basically just a free item. Cattle Trop now has a tripe type cash cannon redesigned. Deals damage equal to twice the amount of gold you have gained this run. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Okay. That's a really big upgrade. So now you can just pick that up at any stage, and you don't need to even because often you were buying it and holding on to it for ages until it became good, but now you're just gonna buy it whenever. That seems very good. I think Cash Cannon is gonna be very strong now because you can just have a regular board and then find a Cash Cannon that deals like 6,000 damage or whatever, and you can just put that out with a Ford in play, and then just slow down your opponent's boards and kill your opponent one shot. That seems very strong. Cash Cannon already felt very good, so yeah. Okay, Cold Room, cooldown to 8 seconds, freeze duration to 1 seconds, was half a second before. Okay. 1 second is a lot better than half a second. Because when opponents have flying items, that basically just does nothing, more or less. You barely notice it. So yeah, I think that's a good change. I think this is going to be a little bit stronger, but I think now it's going to be a lot harder just to put in by itself. You're gonna basically have to have cargo shorts or something like that to charge this item out. Crook, now passive only. Oh, so it doesn't attack? Okay, so it doesn't attack itself, I think is what that means. Buff to 5, 10, 15, 20 damage. Okay. Was 4, 8, 16, 24. Okay. So at gold is a little bit less, at diamond is a little less, and then these are a little bit more. Okay. I did see a lot of Croc builds. It was very consistent early, so yeah, seems alright. Crystal Bonsai, 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3 in times instead of 2, 3, 4. I don't think that matters. I think actually, yeah, no, that is a good item now. Now that's something you would actually want to play. But I don't think it really changes much. You still probably just want to use it for an econ item. Okay. 15, 30, 45. Thank God. Thank God. Dog was it was such a strong item when you get the quest complete, but food and toys are not something that you can get easily. You basically have truffles and pickles, and that's it. And neither of those ones are like particularly easy to get. So this is a really, really good change. 45, like I still think these quests are too high to see play, but I do think that the dog, when he gets fully quest completed, is so strong. Okay, Fort starts at diamond. Thank God, this item was so strong. It was game warping. Like it fits in so many pick builds. Like I released a video, and I genuinely feel that Fort is basically like halving your own cooldowns and doubling the cooldowns of your opponents. Because in the late game, like 3-4 seconds is kind of how long most items are in play. Like if you're going against Vanessa, 3-4 seconds is basically where you want to be unless they get charged. So when you increase it by 2, like you're basically increasing 50%. But if you give your own items that have 8-second cooldowns multicast, you're more or less like decreasing your own cooldowns by 50% because you're activating it twice in the same amount of time. So this was a really, really disgusting item. So I feel like that's a good change, though I don't think the item's going to be any less broken. Hogwash starts at silver. Cooldown 6 seconds, 5, 4. Percentage was 10, 15, 20 of max health. Okay. And max health gain to 390, 150. Okay. I'm probably still not playing this. Jabalian Dagger starts at silver. Interesting. Deal damage deal 1, 2, 3 times the item's value. When you sell an item, this gains +1 value. Okay, so the value gain doesn't change anymore. So you can't get it to diamond and gain double. Right? I guess that's what that means. Alright. This item is still probably not going to see play. And on board. As an econ item, that's fine. Gains 10, 15, 20 value for the fight. This gains 10, 15, 20 value for the fight. Replaces out of combat scaling. Oh. So it no longer gains the benefit from selling small items? Is that what it says? Yeah, so it no longer generates any truffles. Okay. But it still gives buffs shield items by its value. Okay, I actually did quite like Landscraper and Vineyard as items. They felt a very particular niche, and they felt very strong when they were good, but they were very limited. I think this is probably going to make it a little bit more consistent, but I'm honestly going to, like, I often bought it as the econ item, more so than anything else. So I feel like I'm actually going to be buying Landscraper less now because of this, even though it makes it better. Like, it makes the opportunity cost lower. But I wasn't really buying it for that in purpose anyway. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of like a nerf to Landscraper, to be honest. Monocle redesigned. Oh, okay. Cooldown 654. Shields equal to the amount of gold you have gained this run. Wow, that is way better. Okay, so like shield equal to like 600 shield or something like that in the later games. I guess early on it's bad. Like at silver, like what was it? Would be like gain 40, 60 shield or something at 6 seconds. That's not amazing, but it will very quick at 4 seconds. That could be very good at 4 seconds. Okay, interesting. Ointment redesigned as well. Heal equal to the amount of gold you've gained this run. Okay, so they're basically the same, but replaced shield with heal. Okay. Notably, also doesn't have the half your shield, half your burn, which actually was pretty relevant. Easy to forget about, though. Pawn shop starts at bronze, really. You have max health equal to 10, 15, 20, 25 times this item's value was 10, 15, 20. Interesting. Okay. Oh, but it doesn't have the additional value gain. That makes sense. So when you sell an item, this gains 1 value instead of potentially 2 or 3. Okay. Yeah, gaining 4 value off of every item sold would be crazy. Well, that would be like 20 gold from one like chocolate bar thing. Yeah, that would be insane if it increased from bronze to diamonds. Okay. I feel like this is a pretty big nerf as like a item on boards. But as an econ item, buying this at 6 gold sounds really good, to be honest. And you can also just keep it for like percentage-based max health gains. So like whenever you go like Festival Feast and get like 10% max health, you just put that in play, and even though it's an econ item, it still is gaining you value. So I like that. Pinata now gives a chocolate bar and a gumball and a small toy. Interesting. So I guess a small toy is guaranteed to give you at least, I guess it'll be 2 gold back because it starts at silver, doesn't it? So I guess it's a little bit less expensive now. It's still pretty expensive. I feel like this is actually worse now that I think about it. I guess there is some good small toys if it's not from, if it's only pig toys, I feel like it's probably But like if it's like potentially you can get ventriloquist doll or whatever, maybe that's good. Pig's Gym redesigned, cooldown to 8 seconds. Activate your weapons. Oh, activated ability. Your weapon gains 3, 6, 9 damage for each weapon you have bought this run. Oh, okay. Okay, so it no longer gains max HP, no longer gains value. Is that good? Maybe? I don't know. I feel like Pig's Gym before was pretty solid as an item. The max health was pretty significant if you got it early. Yeah, I don't know how to evaluate this. I think this might be fine. Like, I don't really know how many weapons I buy every combat, so it's hard to evaluate. It's not something I've really thought about. If you can buy like 20, 30, is that good? Like 20 is what? 60 damage? No, that's not good for 8 second on a large. So you'd have to buy more than that. How long till it's good? It's like 3 times 3 is 90. No, I guess 90 would be fine at silver, and plus that would be good. Yeah, once it gets to like here and actually diamond sounds kind of decent. 8 seconds is pretty rough though, especially when there's very few ways of making it go faster. Okay. Regal Blade. Okay, has some better scaling. Now gives 150 damage and requires 8 weapons. Oh, that was just the first quest. And quest 2 now requires 7 apparel instead of 8. And the property one hasn't been changed. Okay. Looks like just an overall buff. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's a good change. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Safe now gives a rare chance to drop a bar of gold or bag of jewels. Okay, so we got like a little bit of gambling. It's weird that they just say rare and not a number, but that's okay. Shipments now only spawn items not from pig. Okay. Show globe, cooldown to 765 was 7. Freezes 1. and no longer has this weird 1.5 stuff. Okay. Cooldown 651. I guess it's increase. I guess 5 seconds is actually really fast because there wasn't multicast 3 is its potential. Yeah, maybe that suits players now. Snowmobile cooldown to 6 was okay less than that. All right, that's nice. Slowmobile probably still not seeing play. T-set no longer burns. Oh, buff burn 246 was 135. Interesting. I feel like that's probably good. Yeah, I guess like it was burn 6 or something like that, so I guess it wasn't that bad. Okay, Vineyard also was redesigned. Cooldown 5-second multicast too. You don't say. Heal for 5, 10, 15% of your max health. When you heal, slow an item for 1 second. Oh, that's a lot of potential slow. So this goes off and will slow 2 seconds every 2 items for 1 second. And percentage based off your max health. Huh. Is slow normally, like slow is fine. I guess it's like nice as just like an extra buff. Yeah, I feel like there aren't many other heroes that really care about healing. I think the new hero is going to have some heal items, but basically it's only Pig that legitimately wants healing. So I feel like this is, and he has no way of using slows. Like he's got 2 other slow items, I'm pretty sure. There's like Pepper Spray, which is unplayable, and Marbles, which is actually pretty solid. I feel like this could be pretty decent, but yeah, if he had some way of weaponizing the slow, it would be really good. I imagine the actual enchants for this might be good because it might be procs whenever you heal, so you might be able to have like some burn whenever you heal or something like that, which could be fun. A Yatarian Club, damage nerf. Thank God. 1000 damage was way too much. Oh my God. Yo-Yo starts at silver? No. No, why would you do this? No. Yo-Yo is back to being broken, I guess. Okay, 2-second charge. That's still really good. Okay, Yo-Yo is busted. Like it was okay. So Yo-Yo was really easy to get at the toy vendor, and because the toy like item pool was really low, so you could just get Yo-Yo like 20-30% of the time. And Yo-Yo is like one of the best small weapons in the game, in my opinion. Like it is so strong, especially at diamonds. And the fact that you can get it at silver now is like I buy this item even when it doesn't fit in my board at all because it's only like 8 gold and has the potential of like going infinite with so many things. So I don't know if I agree with this in the terms of balance. I think Yo-Yo is going to be pretty prominent this patch for Pig. Overall, I don't think Pig has changed too much. Yeah, I think he's just got some new toys to play with, some new buffs, and yeah, should be good. Also, Cash Cannon, I think is going to be really scary. All right, onto Stella. Airplane Glue starts at bronze, 10, 20, 30 damage buff. Okay, sure. Yeah, okay. Battle Balloon, 25, 50, 75 shield. Sure. I don't think that really makes any difference at all. Boosted Saucer, 14, 13, 12-second cooldown. Yep, that feels very reasonable. That item felt like it was going off way too fast before. Cooldown to 2 seconds on darts was for this deals half damage. Every third hit deals triple damage. Huh. Wow. Wait, what's the DPS like now? So at bronze, it would deal 40 damage initially, the original version. But now, let's see, we have 5 plus 5 plus 15. What was that? 520 damage. That's really good. 520 damage for a small bronze item is insane. Yeah, I think darts is now going to be. I think this is by far the strongest item in the game. 520 damage. Okay, let me actually do it. So it's 10, 15, 25. All right. So it is less damage. Yeah, it's less damage. That might change with the upgrades. I'm not sure. I'm not going to do the math for you for each of them. But that's a very interesting change. Yeah, I feel like this is an increase. Like, even though it's a lower DPS, I feel like the scaling on this is. I don't know how to evaluate this. Yeah, I don't know how to evaluate this. Wait, so the crit can crit as well. So if you give this like 100% crit chance, you can do 6 times its damage. Oh, and it's not, sorry, it's not 25 damage. It'll be 10 plus 30 damage. So it'll be 50. So it's an increase in damage. Interesting. So this, you could do potentially 6 times the damage on 6 seconds with like some other benefits. Oh, put this next to a Shadow Cloak. Holy shit. That sounds so good. Shadow Cloak post darts? Yeah, I think this is really good. The fact that, because it's, instead of going from 10 damage to 5 damage, you just go from 10 damage times that by 3. So like the scaling on it is really good. Yeah, I think darts is actually going to be pretty phenomenal, especially if you can give it crits. If you give it crit, holy. Okay, Firecrackers, 3-second cooldown. Wasn't it already at 3? I thought it was already at 3. Maybe it was at 4. Okay. Ammo to 3 was 5 originally. That's a good change. It felt like too much before. Damage to 20, 40, 60. Okay, so 10 damage on the later stages. No, 10 then 20. Okay, pretty good. Free time damage to destroy was 5 times. Okay, so 9 seconds this goes off and deals like 20 times 3 is 60 damage. Yeah, it's not the 520 damage from darts, but it's pretty good. Flysicle redesigned. Oh, I really like the original design. Your shield items have 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 shield if you are flying double this. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this change at all. I thought Flysicle was a perfect item. Like, I really wouldn't have touched it at all. Okay. But disappointed by that. Hopefully they have more fly solutions, because it was a really, like, it was a really nice tool to have. Hanger, when you use a vehicle or drone, your flying weapons and shield items gain damage, and your shield items gain shield for the fight. I assume that's on top of the previous one. Okay, a hanger, in my opinion, was already a strong item. So the fact that you can give it damage scaling and shield scaling, yeah, pretty good. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. I guess if you have like Swallowtail, that would be pretty good. Stellartail, whatever it's called. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, Hang Glider, your flying weapons, and this gain 35, 70 damage for the fight. Okay, so this always gains the benefit of damage. Okay, that's pretty significant. I still don't think this item is particularly good. It has like niche usages, like giving your whole board flying is just a strong effect. Hydrogen tank, 6 seconds was 5. When you use an adjacent vehicle, charge this 2 seconds. Was if you have a vehicle, use this at the start of each fight. Use an adjacent vehicle, charge this 2 seconds. Okay, so you can now charge up the haste. I feel that's pretty good. Before it was pretty niche. Like I think I had a couple runs where it was good, and that's about it. So like maybe like 2 or 3 times I actually bought this item and was happy about it. I think the main value it had was when you got like a restorative Fireclaw, because it has base 100 burn without having to do anything at like silver. So you can buy that, have a claw, and it has like 50 burn. And if you upgrade it, it has like 100 burn on 6 seconds, which is super good. I'm pretty sure that's my first video I uploaded as well. Little wink. Hang Glider, right, Hydrogen Tank. Yeah, already said that. Ice Bomb starts at gold. Okay, back to gold. Cool down to 4 seconds. Freeze 1 or 2 items for 1 second. That seems kind of weak. Yeah. Was it always 1 second for Ice Bomb? Because it wasn't it like half a second before? I can't remember. Yeah, I think I was kind of actually pretty weak on the redesigned version of Ice Bomb. I think when it was had ammo and stuff, like it was a really good item. I haven't really played with it since. I feel like this is probably pretty bad, is my guess. 3 items was a lot of items though. Yeah, I probably won't be picking this up anymore. At gold, 4 seconds freeze 1 sounds so bad. Oh no, that's silver. No, it is gold. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm ever playing that. Freeze 2 items, maybe. Unlikely. because it still destroys itself once it gets used. Kite redesign. Thank God. Please be a playable item now. Starts at bronze tier. It already started at bronze tier. Cooldown to 5 seconds. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5 small items start flying. Wow. That's a lot. 2 items at 5 seconds is not that much, but like once you get up, that's even at silver, 3 items at 5 seconds is really good for balloon engines. When a small item starts flying, charge it 1 second. Wow. Okay, so you kind of have this like mini small flying item builds. This seems really good. I'm definitely excited to play this. Yeah, because Kai, I literally did not even buy, even when I was looking for a fly item, because it was just so unplayable. Yeah, this seems pretty solid. Yeah, okay. I forgive you for getting rid of Fly School now. Launch tower starts at silver, was gold. Interesting. Cooldown 6 seconds, charge your vehicles 1, 2, or 3 seconds, and you're flying. Weapons gain damage 50, 100, 150. I think this item is unplayable. 6 seconds charge, 1, 2, 3. At 1, you're never using it. 2, it's maybe okay. 3 is too much. For a large, I think this is really weak. I think the only time I used Launch Tower was when I had Jetpack from like the tech store and turned like a space laser into a vehicle. That was the only time I used it. Outside of that, I think this item is probably terrible. Lava Roller got buffed? What? Cooldown 8 6 seconds, was 10 8. Destroy adjacent item for the fight. Burn 50 or 100. What? When you destroy an item, this gains 50 to 100 burn. Oh, so it no longer doubles. Okay. Alright. 8 seconds, so burn 100. So this still, when you destroy an item, it still burns for the additional 50. So even though it says burn 50 here, it's actually burn 100 or 200 if it's at gold. Okay, that scaling, it makes a huge difference. I think this is still pretty scary, but it's probably not like an auto kill in the late stages of the game where you can get it to like 40 or like 80 burn or whatever, and it just burns like immediately. Oh, and this just says when you destroy an item. Okay, because before it was when you destroy an adjacent item. Never mind, this is really good. Okay, so this is whenever you destroy an item on your board or your opponent's board. So Vortex Cannon also works with this. Okay, actually, Lava Roller seems really scary now. Yeah, I think this is good. Lava Roller, I was dying a lot to Lava Roller in previous patch, so I feel like this is... I think this is still very good. Oblivion Cannon, when an item is destroyed, this gains 200 or 400 damage for the fight. Okay. I don't know what the average... So 50, what, like a 5-second cooldown for 50 is 250 damage? Okay. But 75, nobody knows how large that number is. So I think this is a nerf. I think like when you destroyed like its 8-second cooldown item, you just like killed your opponent so quickly. Against Peg, this Oblivion Cannon was so disgusting. But I don't think it was the damage scaling that really mattered. It was more the item destruction. So I think Oblivion Cannon is basically still the same, in my opinion. Okay, Oxygen Mask, shield to 20, was 10, 20, 30, 40. When you use another vehicle or tool or vehicle, this gains some shield. Okay. So no longer regens at all. Interesting. So that means basically both Kite and this have lost regen. So what? There's only, I guess, Oxygen Tank and Parachute that give regen on Stella now. I guess that's fine. Is this good? 20 shield as a base. So it was 5-second cooldown, I'm pretty sure. Use another tool or vehicle. I don't know. I guess it's actually pretty good with tools. I was kind of focusing on the vehicle aspect, which I think probably isn't good, but on the tool aspect, yeah, actually this sounds pretty solid for the early game. Probably falls off in the mid game and probably not useful in the late game, would be my guess. But early game this seems solid. I kind of already liked Oxygen Mask, so yeah, I'm not sure. I think this might be fine. Parts Picker, 10 seconds, 8 seconds, okay. When this destroys an item, reduce the cooldown of your other items by 1 second for the fight. Okay, so it's back to a flat 1 second, but 10 seconds now. Okay. I mean, you still have joystick to charge this item out, so it's still probably going to come out like 5, 6 seconds most of the time. So 8 seconds was way too fast for like a 1 second thing. So yeah, I think this item is probably still about the same. I think you take it the same amount of time. You're probably just less likely just to wait 7 seconds for it to go off. Okay, pressure heater, cooldown now 6 seconds. When you use another tool or vehicle, charge this too. Was 1 second. Okay, so that's an increase of activation time if you're charging the item. But now it's probably completely unplayable if you aren't charging this item a lot. Okay. Recycler bot, now also shields for 20. Okay. I think that is completely negligible. I don't think that will matter too much. It's a 5-second cooldown, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. It's nice that it's different to the previous drone a little bit and wasn't just like a carbon copy of Repair Bot. Red Lantern starts at silver. Oh, so you can't get the day 1 enchants with it anymore. That's a shame, because it had whenever you use an item, like do the effect of the enchants. So you can't have that day 1 anymore. Oh, okay. Alright, that feels sad. Repair drone is now 4 seconds instead of 3. That seems like a good change. 3 seconds was really fast. You could do a lot of degenerate stuff with it. Security drone, cooldown 8 seconds, now has less shields. Whenever an enemy uses an item, charges 1 second. Whenever this is flying, reduces cooldown by 2. What? Why did they do this? What? Who was playing security drone? I felt like I was a hipster for picking security drone half the time. This feels... What? They nerfed security drone? That is bizarre to me. Okay. I guess this item... I feel like this is like really bad now. Okay, I'm really surprised by that. Sky Anchor, damage. They didn't say what the original damage was, but I assume this is more damage. Oh, damn. 300 damage at diamond is a lot. Damn, okay. 300 damage is really nice. Okay, that might actually be a finisher now. Space laser against the ray type. I love that. so at 30 seconds, when you activate it, you can get +3 burn. Amazing. I love that. I do like there being more rays, but I guess it makes sense. So anything that's a laser, I guess, is a ray. I guess makes sense. Stella's Workshop, when you use a tool, charge 1 or 2 vehicles or drones 1 second. Okay. Alright, so now it encourages you to have multiple. Okay. And 2 seconds was a lot to charge an item by. Yeah, I feel like that doesn't... I guess that changes comps a little bit. I guess the way I was mainly using it was with Battle Drone. Or... Yeah, mainly just with Battle Drone. So I guess this is actually kind of good, so you can have like one other drone in play if you wanted, or like another vehicle for the types. Probably not going to make much of a difference, to be honest. Targeting drone, haste the item to the left of this for 2 seconds flat. Okay, so no longer perma-haste the item. That's pretty good, because it had 4 second cooldown, so once it went off once, every 4 seconds it would replenish the haste. So yeah, that sounds reasonable. A decrease in quite a lot of shield. Crit. Damn, 3, 6, 9, 12. Whew, 3% crit is so low. At bronze, I guess it's already been upgraded, because now it's a 2 second at bronze for haste. I think the item's still fine. I don't think you change... You've probably taken this item same amount of times, but the crit is less reliable, which is probably a good thing. The big one, 14 seconds flat. When this is destroyed, deal 20 to 30. Thank God. It's crazy how Repair made this item go from, like, completely unplayable. Well, not unplayable, but super, super fringe to, like, so good. 50% was crazy, because you just needed to repair it once and blow it up twice. And if you had Oblivion, was it Oblivion? I forget what it is. The one that charges your items by half the cooldown. You'd use this and then have this get blown up and then have one repair thing in. So it'll blow up, it would repair it, and then you'd have another item that blew it up as well from the extra charge. And it was basically like an instant kill at like 7 seconds or something. Deal 100% of max HP. So now only dealing 60 is good, and it's also a triggered ability and not activated ability, so it can't crit. So that is a flat 30%. So the only way that you can overkill with 2 activations would be with Obsidian. Yeah. So that's a really good change. Vortex Cannon, 5 seconds was 4. Oh, that's actually quite a lot worse. I guess you have more time for your smalls to get, your flying items to get activated. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, yeah. I didn't think Vortex Cannon was very good in the first place, to be honest, but alright. Beguile Worm renamed from Hate Leech. Okay. Redesigned, gains the aquatic and weapon types. Thank God it got the aquatic type. It's literally a giant sea creature. When your enemy uses their leftmost item, interesting, deal 10, 20, 30, 40 damage, lifesteal. Oh, I like that. That's really interesting. So leftmost item matters now. Okay, because you already had Grabatron, was it? That destroyed the leftmost medium item? Okay, I like this. So leftmost item now matters in positioning, so you probably don't want to have your katana be your leftmost item or whatever. Okay, and lifesteal has the potential of just negating an item entirely. That seems pretty good. I guess it's very high variance though, which is kind of the issue. It's kind of be like not tripwire. What's the like throwing net? I think from Mac, where like it's just very unreliable. Sometimes it'll just have multicast 0, so it's just like you don't use it. Bladed hoverboard nerfed by 10 damage. And 20 damage at diamond. Okay, good change. It was too strong. Boulder is now a trap. Butterfly swords. Cooldown stays at 6 seconds. Okay, so maybe at silver it might be fine. Multicast 2, I think it deals like 10 damage. You're only doing it for the fast activations though. Nah, at silver it's still bad. At diamond it was a really strong item, but at gold it was eh, and at silver it was bad. So it was a really weird dynamic of like when it became diamond it was like holy. Glico, 6 seconds, no longer deals double crit damage. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's fine. Probably more or less the same. Double crit damage was pretty nice though. Cannonball, Jason items have, okay, so increased to some max ammo. Thank God. 1 ammo was nothing. Okay, I like this change a lot. Clamara starts at silver, cooldown 765. The first 2, 3, 4 times your enemy uses an item, each fight use this. Okay, so it still has the base cooldown though. So it keeps going. Your opponent uses an item. So let's say your opponent uses a 4-second item. So it charges 4 seconds. It uses that at 4 seconds. And then 3 seconds later, it'll just finish the charge of its initial use. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So it no longer has a pre-game action, which was... Pre-game actions are super strong for like starting up. Get out of here. Pre-game actions are really strong for starting out combos. So I think this item is probably stronger, though there's going to be like fringe like combo builds that are going to hurt because of it. Concealed Dagger starts at bronze, cooldown to 4 seconds, deal 10, 20, 30, 40 damage, haste an item 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. At the start of each fight with this, gain 1 gold. Oh, okay. I kind of actually like Concealed Dagger. Like, I actually really liked it off Thief as well. Because you were able to get, like, I got like 6 gold off of it, like, sometimes. Like, it was a really good econ item. I think undervalued. But this seems like a pretty solid item now. 4-second haste 1. I guess at bronze, you're mainly using it for econ. It pays for itself the first combat. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to have more bronze items. I definitely like more bronze items in Vanessa. Crow's Nest to 5 seconds, Coral to 5 seconds, really good. That item might be playable now. Crow's Nest, if you have only 1 weapon, it has lifesteal and is affected by slow for half as long. Okay, still has the crit on top of it. Okay, but it's just slow, not freeze. Okay. I guess, yeah, slow builds really did kill you. Especially when you had, like, Flagship. The old days with Flagship Crow's Nest. Kybasai starts at silver, 10, 20, 30 damage. Okay, seems good. When you crit a weapon gains more crit chance. When a weapon's crit chance increases, it gains some damage. Oh, I really like the old Kaibasai. I don't think it was broken either. I thought it was very reasonable. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I feel like this is worse. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of worse, to be honest. I guess damage scaling on Vanessa is always nice. It's something that she struggles with. So I guess that's fine. Dive helmet, redesign, starts at gold, cooldown 8, shield 50, 100, charge Jason items 1 to 2 seconds. Interesting. When you use another aquatic item, charge those 1 2 seconds. Jason items are still aquatic. Okay, cool. I like the aquatic aspect of it a lot. Yeah, that seems way stronger. Though Dive Helmet actually did have... It always impressed me how much shield it made, though I would never use it purely for the shielding. So I don't know, I'm a little bit sad that the shield is done, but I feel like this is probably a stronger item, which is pretty good. I like more aquatic items. Oh man, this is probably going to be very good. Oh, and it's adjacent items. It's not an adjacent item. So it charges 2 items. Ooh, actually, this seems really good. Yeah, I feel like a lot of boulders and, anchors are going to come our way. Death Charge gains Trap type. Fishing Net. At the start of each day, get a small aquatic or loot item from any hero. Okay, so no longer get a huge amount of piranhas. I guess that's fine. Though I did really like the enchanted fishing nets. Whenever that happened, it always felt really fun. Getting a bunch of enchanted piranhas. Flame Signal renamed to Bonfire. I don't like it when they rename items. Okay, Bonfire, sure. I still call Flare's Chaff, you know? Holster starts at silver. The first time you use an item, each fight haste your small items for 1, 2, 3 seconds. Okay. Yeah, when it was haste small items 3 seconds starter combat, that was really scary. At silver, that seems pretty bad, to be honest. Unless you had a full board of smalls. Yeah, like you could probably have like 1 medium or maybe 1 large and everything else smalls. At 3 seconds, that sounds pretty solid though. 2 seconds is probably okay. Honing Steel, 3-second cooldown. Interesting. Your leftmost and rightmost item gain damage. Ooh. And it's 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's a little bit less. But it's basically you've doubled it. So since you're doing... Oh, and it's not adjacent items. It's leftmost and rightmost weapons. Oh, so it doesn't need to be next to it. Oh, and if you only have 1 weapon, this is buff 10 every 3 seconds. That's really good if you only have 1 weapon. Okay, Honing Steel I think Honing Steel is really good now. Well, not really good, but really a lot better. Okay, that makes me excited. I kind of missed 1 weapon builds. I knew that people hated them for ages, but yeah. Okay, I'm excited for Honing Steel. Ice Pick, 4 seconds, beautiful, love it. Starts at diamonds, okay. And okay, just 1 second freeze. Okay. That's a really weird change. I guess at gold it was really bad. Luge Ray cooldown to 6. Okay, that's a nice change. Javelin to 4 as well. Interesting. 50, 100, 150. Okay, so a little bit less damage. At diamond, it's a lot less damage. Oh, it's been reworked again. Okay. When you crit with this, haste your other items for 2 seconds. When this is reloaded, it gains 50 crit for the fight. Oh. Haste your other items 2 seconds. Wait a second. Wow, that's actually good. What the fuck? Javelin seems good now. Haste your other items 2 seconds is a strong line of text. Oh my god. Yeah, I like Javelin now. What the hell? That seems very strong. Yeah. Okay, I'm all for that. Katsugawa, damage and scaling for 812 was a little bit higher. Okay, makes sense. Life Preserver, first time you would be defeated, heal 200, 500, blah, blah. So same at bronze, a little bit less at silver, a little bit less at gold, and the same at diamonds. I don't think that changes anything. Redesigned. No, I loved Orange Julian. Your weapons gain damage equal to half the gold you have gained this run. Never mind, that's really good. Never mind, I'm back on board. Yeah, so I think this is gonna be like Cash Cannon. I think this is gonna be half is a lot less than full, but it means that you don't have to only it's only good when you buy it like day 6 or whatever. Yeah, I think this item's probably gonna be good again. Depending it's gonna be harder to build around because I don't know if you speculate on it anymore. I think you just wait until it's good and then buy it. Maybe you still speculate on it. Anyway, Piranha starts at bronze. It didn't start at bronze before? No, it definitely did. Cooldown 8 seconds. Ugh. 765. Alright. Damage 20, just flat. Okay. Base crit 20 was removed. When you use another friend or food, charge this 1 second. What? Friend or oh, I guess chum is a food, isn't it? Yeah, so you can charge it with chum. So 4 seconds charge that. Uh oh, okay. So I guess they got rid of fishing nets because if you had a bunch of piranhas, they would like go infinite with each other. Yeah, that would be a pretty easy infinite if you had like a silver or a gold one. It still wouldn't be very good. Probably be fine. Okay, I think this item's probably a lot better now, but a lot more situational. Pistol sword damage reduced, fine. Rowboats now requires 7 instead of 5. Okay, the types basically was never an issue. I don't like I can think of like 1 or 2 times that I even didn't have the types. So yeah, it's fine. I think it should include itself. I feel like it should you have to have other vehicles or something like that, you know. Scimitar of the Deep, damage is just now base 20. When you crit, poison equal to half this item's damage. Okay. And this when this is hasted, your poison items gain 369. Okay, so a little bit more poison. And more damage. Okay, so poisons for 10 whenever you crit? That seems like a lot. 10%, like 10 damage with damage scaling? That sounds really good, actually. I think this item might be good now. It was fun. Like, I always try to make it work, but it never really felt like it quite got there. Sea Dog Saloon starts at silver. 654. Okay, so same item. Okay, I like that. Sextant, when you haste an item, gain 5% crit chance for the fight. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I like that change. I like that change a lot. Shark Claws, your weapons gain. Oh, so it buffs itself now. Cool. Shark Claws is better. It used to be broken for a bit because of this. Same with it's one of the reasons why Carving Fork is so good. Because you don't even need an item in play for it to be strong. Shark Ray starts at silver. Ah. Redesigned, cooldown to 6 seconds, damage to 20. When you haste a friend, your friends gain damage 5, 10, 15, and gains poison. Oh, for the friends gain poison. 1, 2, 3 poison for the fight. Swashbuckle, crit to 15 to 30%. Okay, that's way worse. All right, so you're basically only using this when you already have a bunch of crit now. All right, that's pretty. All right, I guess I was playing Swashbuckle a decent amount, so I guess this item was pretty strong, but man, 15 is low. 30 is so low. I guess 50 was really high. Spyglass, when you slow an item, gain 10 crit for the fight. Okay, I guess that could be good. I mean, it's probably going to be a lot more playable than previous version. Submarine, 60, 120, 240 damage. Nice. The damage was way too low on it before. If this is your only weapon, it is affected by freeze and slow for half as long. This is flavor text, but it is really nice. I don't think this will make much of a difference, but the fact that this has buff damage, holy. Shield 240, 2-second cooldown. Yes, please, get in my belly. Submersible redesigned, cooldown to 5. Your leftmost and rightmost aquatic weapon and shield item gain 10, 20, 30 damage. Same with shield. For the fight, okay, damage for the fight, okay. If you have another vehicle or large, this item's cooldown reduced by 2. Okay, so no longer has the shield-based scaling. I assume it has... Oh, is it not a weapon? It doesn't have any damage on it. Okay, so it might be a non-weapon item now. Tripwire against a tribe type, turtle shell, starts at gold tier, shield 20, 40. Okay. And we have a bunch of skill changes. I normally skip these ones. Normally it's like real small things like toughness has been nerfed. Why did they nerf toughness? What? Titanium and stuff like that.
So I don't think I'm not going to go through all of these ones. I'll probably just mention them when I see them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my first time doing one of these patch reviews. Hopefully this was pretty good. I was a little bit stumbly. I think this is quite a long video, but yeah. If you guys enjoyed this, I'm going to be playing a bunch of this patch, and probably going to be playing a bunch of the new hero as well. So I'd love to see you around again sometime. Till then, bye.